There has been a rise of leukemia lawsuits as a result of exposure to the industrial chemical benzene. Now, over the past several years, the folks at the Higgins Firm have been involved in several types of lawsuits. Attorney Jim Higgins recently stopped by to tell us more about it, including who is most at risk. All right, Jim, great to have you back.
Thank you.
We're talking about these lawsuits. Explain to us a little bit about just the basis of the lawsuits.
Sure. So we've been handling some cases involving a chemical called benzene. Benzene is a chemical that's been around for a long time, and it's used in a lot of factories, fuel, rubber factories, adhesive, things like that. And what we have is when there's long-term exposure to benzene, it appears that it causes, and our experts say that it can cause certain kinds of leukemia. And so we have gotten suits against some of the manufacturers that use these products, don't think that they had proper warnings about that benzene could cause these, that you got to take certain precautions around it. You know, we have factory workers and people worked, you know, in different fields for decades and believe it's this long-term exposure to benzene which has created leukemia. Certain specific types of leukemia, like acute myeloid leukemia, is one that we've seen a good bit.
Right, and a lot of time they just don't even know about the risk of getting leukemia from being around it. So which workers are at most risk? Is it just factory workers?
Yeah, well, you know, it's a lot of different ones. It's mechanics. People work around fuel a lot. We've had people worked in shoe factories. I mean, you know, it's a chemical that's used at a lot of different places. But you know, one thing you said at the first of it is correct, and that's a lot of people just don't even know it. And that's one thing that's really tough is we've got this limited amount of time to pursue a lawsuit in Tennessee, and you know, people will get a leukemia diagnosis, and it's devastating. And so the last thing that they're thinking is, I need to call a lawyer. They need to, you know, go get their medical care.
Absolutely.
But and a lot of times, because it's not like a car wreck or something that's an acute trauma and it builds over time, they don't have any idea what was the cause of it, because sometimes people just get it, right? But what I always tell folks, if you've been at a factory, if you've been around these chemicals for years, if you've got a leukemia diagnosis, you know, they should look into it. They should give us a call. They may have a claim, they may not, but if they do, then you can have some help with medical bills for your lost earnings, some help for your family, you know, and you can worry about getting the medical care that you need.
Absolutely. So before we go, should they contact your office as soon as they get a diagnosis, or should it be even before that if they're working around benzene?
Yeah, no, I mean, we always get nervous when they work around chemicals. There's usually not a need to call us because we all are around chemicals. If you have worked around it, benzene, you've got a leukemia diagnosis, then I would suggest you call our office.
All right, well, you're helping out a lot of people, I know. Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you.
The Higgins Firm is serving Tennessee. Give them a call at 1-800-705-2121 or go to thehigginsfirm.com.